Baruch Hashem, so we're going to try and do the impossible of understanding Rav Tzaddick in a short moment. It's not an easy task because I'm spending a few hours on these Torahs and we're going to try and bring it down 3 shtichlach. Let's see if we can do it within half an hour. I just want to make a little hakdama that this is in the Nishmas of the Lubavitcher Rebbe's Hilula today, Gimmel Tamuz. We should have in mind it's kashrus to the Tzaddock. Menachem Mendel ben Levi Yitzhak. Eskus Aleinu. He should be made it Yoshua Am Yisrael. Help us all do our shlichus, b'shleimus. And I just mentioned that I was going to talk about it yesterday with Brezov, but Min HaShamayim, there's a Brezov Yeshiva that's doing the work of the Rebbe, because nowadays there's a lot of skavas bringing people close. And Mashgiach Soulful they have a change of Rosh Yeshiva, and his goal is to help people Bochrim transition from learning to working, and he's going to help them. His name is Yeshua Gerzi. He's known as the Pilzner Rebbe, and he's going to help them bring this Brezov Yeshiva now to also help the Bochrim transition to a healthy life, healthy foundations. And that's one of the kavanas when you're learning deep Torah like Rav Tzaddick, as high as it is. We have to figure out how to bring it into our hearts and into our maisim. Now, each person will have to, knows themselves better than anyone else can know them. They have to figure out how to bring it into their mitzias, into their reality. Because as the Lubavitcher Rebbe used to say, ikahi ma'aser, the main thing is to do, not just to learn. But it's important when you're learning Rav Tzaddick also to know we're getting a big, broad vision of the whole Torah Kula, but on the derech of his Rebbe, the Izbisha of Chassidus and Panimis HaTorah, of bringing it into the heart. That was the guy. Already Rav Tzaddick was a Gaon before he started learning Chassidus, but it was about bringing it into the heart. That was the Nekudas of Chassidus, to make a difference. Mevara the Leiv. We're going to see in this Torah to chokek the Torah on our hearts. The Torah should go inside, deep, to carve out and make an impression, a deep impression inside of us. So that's very appropriate considering the Parsha is called Zos Chukat Torah. It's about chokek. That's another way of understanding it. It's hakika. It's not just a decree, but it also means to be chokek, to engrave. Zara Kodesh begins the Heilige Rav Tzaddick. Reish Parsha Zu, the beginning of this Parsha. Now he's going to bring throughout this different Zohars, and we're going to try our best to understand and translate, because there's no English here and there's no Parish. Rabbi Yossi Pasach v'Zos HaTorah. Rabbi Yossi opens up with this is the Torah, because it says Zos Chukas Torah. We go there. Ta'chazi milin deraisa kedishin inan ilain inan masikin inan. Yeah, so this basically means in best English I can do. Come see. That's a big chiluk when you're learning Zohar. It doesn't say Toshama like the Gemara in Shas. It says Ta'chazi, come and see. See is a more revealed form of Torah. Shema is come listen. It takes a melis, it takes understanding, but it's not as revealed. You have to reveal it. So Ta'chazi, the difference with Zohar and in the Kitzur version and between Zohar and Shas, Bavli, is we're revealing, we're coming to see. Milin deraisa, these words of Torah, Kadishin inan. Kadishin, these are very holy to us, Ilain, and above. They're not only to us, but they're Ilain. This Kadishin Ilain means higher. Inan masikin, they're also sweet, Inan, and they bring us to a level of masikas. So there's 3 levels here: Kadishin Inan, Ilain Inan, and Masikin Inan. Kadishin Inan is we become holy. Ilain Inan is that we get elevated, and Masikin Inan is that there's sweetening. There's a sweetening going on amongst us. Now, I don't understand this just as is. So, Baruch Hashem, we have Rav Tzaddick. He's going to help us bring these 3 levels into our experience, into our life. Kama diksiv v'chul. And we're going to see what it says is written, etc. Choshev kan sholish malas b'Torah keneged sholish kedushas shel Shabbos. So he's explaining these 3 levels we just mentioned. 1, Kedishin. Second one, Ilain, and Masikin. The Kedishin means make holy, Ilain means elevate or lift up or higher, and Masikin means to sweeten. So these 3 milas that are in the Torah connected what? The 3 holinesses of Shabbos. Ilain, who connected Midas Atika, this level of that we will be elevated. This connects into the level of Atika. Now we've been learning in Rav Tzaddick for a few months with someone, and This concept of Atika, we mentioned this in the Askinas Udosa. Atika Kadisha is this realm of Amunah, this realm of Bittul. It's a very high level. Shakol Nelem Mikol Ra'an. It's a place which is hidden from all the understandings. We don't understand every level that's in that place. Not all of us are able to understand this kind of Torah, which it's a little bit, the Sfarim understand with Zohar. You read it, you get a mitzvah. The Ashkenazim not so much. We don't really do that so much, but because we're Sfaradikiyin, we have to have Sfaras and Masig, more rational. But the concept is that Tika is this realm. There's a realm of Torah and there's a realm of Kedusha that is above us. And we have to accept that we're not going to understand it. I mean, the whole concept of Chukas is a decree. We don't understand it. Ze Ilain Shechain Nikra Ram Venisa. This Ilah is also this concept, we call it Ram Venisa, this elevation. Shu Maromem Lamala Masaga Tefisa. It's above any form of understanding. And any grasp. Kedishin Inan Neged Midas Ze Anpin. Now this is another big Yesodim, Panemius HaTorah. But Kedishin Inan means this sanctifying ourselves means tuning into the meter of Ze Anpin. Ze Anpin is literally translates as small phase. That's not how we translate it. The way I'm going to translate it here today is alignment. Alignment. It's the Kavim Soy in the Eitz HaChaim, and you have Kesed, Tiferes, Yesod, Malchus. It's alignment, and that brings obviously the kedusha all the way through. Shenamar Kedoshim Tiyu Ki Kodesh Ani Hashem, and it says in the Parsha in Vayikra, in Parsha's Kedoshim, that you shall be holy because I am Hashem. This is the aspect of this Panemius concept called Zeh Anpin. And remember, this is also the three Sudas of Shabbos. We're going to see the three Kedushas of Shabbos. Masikin Inan Neged Midas Achrona. And the sweetness, this is the last Midah. That's Midas Malchus. So, you see it's going in descending order. Inan is this higher level, this Atika, that's more like Kesser, like the higher realm. Then Zeh Anpin is bringing it down, and that's bringing the Kedusha down. We are Kadosh. And then Masikin Inan is the Kli, I suppose, the Malchus, and that's Kavah Niknas the Leiv. That's when it starts entering into your heart, and Margishim Atam B'divrei Torah. Then you start to understand the reason inside the Torah, and that is a sweetness like no other sweetness. Yeah, Harevna. We daven every day because Torah. Harevna, make sweet for us your Torah. Yeah, Harevna. We should have Kavanah. It should be more sweet than any tiny you can imagine, any restaurant, any woman, anything. Should not the Chashem have any one woman, but the experience, the Harev should be sweetness. There's beyond all sweetness. That's the kind of Tam Divrei Torah. That's Masikin, the sweetness. Who Keneged Kol Kavem Soi Kesa Elon Tiferes Yisod Umalchus. To me, this Tiferes Yisod should Guf Abris Chad Chashrinan. So this is all, once again, is all very Zodic language, but he's saying that this concept of what we just said, these three levels, is this Kavam Soy from Kesa Elyon, Tiferes, Yesod, Malchus. This is Midas Tiferes, V'Yesod, and this is Guf, Bris, Chad. This is one covenant. It brings it together in one form. You can remember Yesod and Malchus is bringing together is Guf, Bris, Chad becomes one, and it's considered one. K'mo Shavah B'Zohar, who gam came b'chlal Kedish Ninan, sheKedush Yisrael, who mitzadda deveikus Yisbrach. You have to understand, remember, this is a goin in Torah, Tzaddock. He was a literature goin, and he's saying over Torah like it's Panemius. It seems like it's Kabbalah. I mean, it is on some level, but it's Chassidus, because you're going to see he's bringing it into Shabbos, so that, bless you, so we can experience it Shabbos. Who gam came b'chlal Kedish Ninan, Kedush Yisrael, who misad. How's it Kedish Ninan? How does it bring it into the cloud of us becoming holy, of Kedushas Yisrael? This is because we're Devekim in Hashem. We're Davik. We're glued. That's one English translation of Devekus. You're gluing yourself to Hashem. You're being Doma to Hashem, becoming more and more similar like Hashem. You're becoming holy. You shall be holy, ki Kodosh Ani, because I am holy. Remember, we're making ourselves more Doma to Hashem by becoming us holy. He's telling us to be holy so we can be like Hashem who's holy. Kadoshim Tiyu, Purushim Tiyu, Hashem Sha'ani Kodesh. That you should, and the expression is you, because he's saying that because I am holy. Vayikra Rabba V'Sham Kol mokim she'ata motzi geder over ata motzi kedusha. Any place where you find a boundary with anything to do with nakedness or not sneers, that's where you're going to find holiness. Zehu gam kein b'chal kedusha inan, and that's because we're bringing the kedusha into us. Yesh the Chabad.
You said when you see nakedness, that's where you're going to find holiness.
Where you make geder, a boundary.
From nakedness.
Yeah. Like a mechitza or sneers, or there's so many gedarim you have now in halacha and in Jewish life. In the shul we have Baruch Hashem, we have a good energy here where there is a separation, and that's good. You have Devarim Yaakov, who come Mishpatav Yisrael, and it says, and the Devarim, now Magid Devarim Yaakov, this is very, very deep, but it's very real, because we say this pasuk every day in Pesukei de Zimra. Magid Devarim Yaakov. Now we can have a new kavanah. Hashem Magid says these words to Yaakov, Chukat Mishpatav, decrees and judgments to Yisrael. So he's going to explain now, those three levels we just learned are in this pasuk. And so what we just learned now, we're going to see it in our davening, and we're going to see how it gets, once again, becomes more real with us. Magid Agadahu de Raza de Chochmasa. Magid is the one who's saying over the secrets of wisdom. The Torah Mechachma Ilah is Torah from the higher realm. Remember, we said this place of this is. Let's see this. Which one this is? Which level this is going to be? This is going to be Za'anpin. Yeah, the level of Za'anpin. We're going to see. Ilah Mechachma Ilah Nafka V'hu Shem Havayat Kamo Shenamed Levirchas HaTorah Lefnev Kesiv Ki Shem Hashem Ekra V'Goyme Hu Keneged Midas Za'anpin Shem Havayat Keneged Kedusha Yinan. Bringing the Kedusha into us, this is Magid Devav Yaakov. This is Za'anpin, because Yaakov was a Kodesh. Yeah? He never had any problems with bris. It says that Beferish in the Torah, Rosh Yeshiva, it's Beferish Pasuk in the Torah. And he's the one who's saying, Magid Devav Yaakov. He's the one who's bringing down the Divrei Torah, and we have a mitzvah before we learn Torah to say a bracha before, and it's based on a pasuk Kishem Hashem Ekra, that Havagudala Kenu, the Keneged Midas Za'anpin, Shem Havayah. This is the midah of Za'anpin, the Shem Hashem, which is Shem Hashem, Shem Havayah. Keneged Kedusha Inam, which brings the Kedusha into us. Hukav, the next part of the pasuk, which we say this every day again in Pesukei Zimra, Hukav Mishpatav Yisrael. Hukav Hanish Chokek. Remember I said the Lashon Chokek. You're going to engrave it into our hearts. V'hukahu belev tam v'hu neged ilan. This is the ilan inan. Shu batika lamala masagas tefisas adam. So that really the chukas, and this week's parsha chukas HaTorah, this chokek, bringing it into your heart, you're bringing it from the highest place, the place where you don't even understand. You don't understand paraduma. We don't understand it, but we're being chokek into our heart. This decree, and without any reasoning, we don't understand it, and that's connected to Ilain Inan, this high level that we're bringing into us, and that's Ma'atika, as we said, this realm, the ancient one, Lamala Masagas Tefisas Adam. This is above the understandings of a person. Mishpatav, the second part of connected to Yisrael. The Hukav is the first one, and Mishpatav is the second to Yisrael. Mishpatav. This is when you start to understand.
That's the Kaddition. That's the Kaddition.
No, that's going to be Masikin. You're going to see.
Masikin?
Kaddition was Ampin. Was Yaakov was Magid Devav Yaakov. Hukav is Inan. That's the higher Atika. This part now is Mishpatav, is Divrei Torah Mevinim Al Piyas Seichel. When you start to understand what you're learning and get a tam and a geschmack from it, a sweetness, Idezeh Margish, and you start to feel it, Behem a tam, who connected Masikrinan, Kamoshanema, Vesukim Devash. We say this every Shabbos, Tehillim Yud Tes. This is a pasuk in the Pesukei de Zimra. We say Torah Hashem Tamima, that one, the 19th Tehillim, Vesukim Devash, the Torah should be sweet. And like honey, from honey. Now this is another remeh, another hint at where this is all heading. It's in the Askin Sudas of Shabbos that people say that Tefillah the Arizah before you're having a Suda, Hachal Tepukin is the fields of apples. This is a very holy thing. There's a concept of Shechina, it's a concept of Am Yisrael on Shabbos entering this very precious place of the orchard of apples. And it's a place where everything is, Am Yisrael's Kedusha is more revealed, who we really are. That's what's meant to happen every last Shabbos if we're able to tune into it. Now, and he's talked about this before. And then the rest of the Pezukah de Zimra goes on in the Halalukas. The rest of this Tehillim says, and back in the Kuf Mem Zayin, the Halalukas, where it says Magid Rav Yaakov who could Rav Yisrael, then it goes and not every goy would be able to would know this. The goyim don't have, the non-Jew does not have any shaykhs to this concept of divrei Torah that's chukim, that and this madrega of chukim, chukas HaTorah zos. They don't have a shaykhs to this. This is something above their pay grade. Vaday ein lahem shum shaykhs klal. Because if a non-Jew would start to learn Torah, he's obligated, not to be around. Because it doesn't mean you go kill him, chasson. It just means that it's not what they should be doing. It's a very serious concept. Then it doesn't mean they can't learn, the Sheva Mitzvah B'nai Noach. There's plenty of things for them to learn, but not the Torah that we're busy with. It's a different kind of learning that we do. Even though there's many mishpatim that the non-Jews they would understand, and there's many things that they can do, like being kind, and like having love for the nations, there's lots of things they can do, loving people and doing kindness, and being all the mitzvahs that are obvious to humanity, the universal laws of humanity. There's lots of things they can do. They don't understand the mishpatim that we're busy with. It wasn't given to them the das, Rambam, and this is based on the Rambam, Zal and Hilkas Malachim. So that even if they do the 7 mitzvahs, im asoin penei hachra hadas, but if it's only coming from their das, that is not a din of ger toshav. It's quite a big chiddush and halacha. They don't have ability to live in Eretz Yisrael if they're not doing it because of Am Yisrael were commanded. They have to have a shaykhis to Am Yisrael. It can't just be their own das, their own seichel. He's going to go on to say, "Mash ein kein Yisrael she'osu rak b'nei sivui she'mokum ha'mispatim mechanisim bo das morim ma'aseh." So it has to be because it's once again it's Torah's Moshe, and that's going to be the nafkamina of the nations have to come to a level where they want to live in Eretz Yisrael. They're going to have to get to that level of Ger Toshav. They're going to have to accept this is Torah's Moshe. They can't just do what they want and just think that they understand. They have to come to us to understand it. Begin So this concept of that's brought in another place in Zohar Kodesh, that Zos HaTorah, this is the rule of male and female. Vav and Hey. Perish to Vav, Remes al Kedusha Baruch Hu. The Vav is a hint on Hashem Yisbarach and the Holy One. And Zos are Shrinta Kamo Hey. And the Hey of the Zos Chukas HaTorah, that's Remes on the Shechina. That's the letter Hey. Zos Hey B'Lichudari Aizeh Zos Chukas HaTorah. Hainu Parsha Zush Shnema Beloshen Zos Chukas HaTorah Remes on Sholish Kedusha. So now that we did 3 levels we said, remember the 3 levels are, and he's going to repeat them now. Zos Shumidas Malchus, the Hinas Hachot Tepukin, Keneged Masikin. He's going now the other direction. He's going from the bottom up. Masikin Inan, the sweetness, that's Malchus, that's Zos, that's the Shechina, and Keneged Ilan Inan, and then all the way up to the higher level, which we said is Bechinas Satika, HaTorah, and then the middle one is Keneged Kedish Inan, Bechinas Tiferet Yisod Kedavenu Ana. So it's a very deep concept based on 3 words of the Torah, Zos Chukas HaTorah. But basically, we're getting a very deep understanding that every Shabbos we have the opportunity to attach ourselves to Atika, this high level of where we don't understand. Magid Rav Yaakov is more than the Ze'anpin, the Kedushin, bringing in the Kedusha into Am Yisrael, and then Mishpatav, Hukam Mishpatav is the higher Bliyasak, and Mishpatav is yes understanding, and that's Masikin, that's the sweetness. So there's these 3 levels that we get to experience every Shabbos. Very deep idea. Now we're just going to read one more. We're going to try to do one more thing, one more shtickle, because I want us to bring it more into this concept of bringing it to the heart. The Torah, the Torah, Zos HaTorah is chok. We have to chokek the divrei Torah in our heart. This is something very real. You have an opportunity, what you put in your heart. He goes on to say later on that you can fill it up with all kinds of, on the left side of your heart, all kinds of silliness, yeah? But you have an opportunity to actually bring that Kedusha into your heart, into the left side of your heart, that it actually elevates the foolish part of yourself, the nudnik, the Yetzirah. We actually have ability to remove that negative energy inside ourselves. We can actually elevate it. Yeah, but we also have a Yetzirah, we have a Nefesh Bahamas, we have to be real. We have an other side of the heart, the Lev Kasil it's called in the Sefer, the foolish part of the heart, and it's always draining and draining and draining. So he's going to say, but being Chukat Divrei Torah Belev means on both parts of the heart, the whole heart. Who Ayadei Bechinas Torah Shabbat Peh. So this is something which features a lot in this Parsha and also throughout all these Parshas, and especially in Chodesh Tamuz. The Tamuz is connected to Torah Shabbat Peh, Zichru Torah Moshe, which Tevis Tamuz. Rabbi Nachman says that. But the concept is that he goes here and says, it's Os Ches, and Sefer Yetzirah, Os Ches represents Torah Shabbat Peh. Torah Shabbat Peh is bringing out the ore from the darkness, the light from the choshech. That's the whole inyan of ches. Is the first time you ches in the Torah is choshech. It says in this Chodesh Tamuz. So the idea of Torah Shabbat Peh is when, as we said before, it's not revealed. You have to go work on it. You have to have a melis in it. You have to make an effort in it to bring out from the lack of clarity, to bring out from the darkness light, and that's actually a higher light than it would be the Torah Shabbat Ksav, which we got in Chodesh Sivan, which is a more revealed form. Yeah, so Torah Shabbat Peh, rov chokhmah, through learning the Torah Shabbat Peh, you actually bring out more Torah. So even though the Shivas Aluchas that happens in Chodesh Tamuz is a very painful thing because the Torah Shabbat Ksav was broken, but what do we get come out from it in a good sense? We get more Torah. No, we get broken.
From being broken.
Broken, you get to Shlemus, but you get also the brokenness, and the broken Luchas brings us to a much more ribu of Torah, because now we have to bring out from the darkness much more to get to the light. And that experience brings out, as he says here, Shu Rov Chochma, this abundance of Chochma, with a Sakin and Rov Kas. What's this abundant Kas in the world? It's the fact that we did Gazav. We turned away from Hashem, so it allows room for anger in the world. So this abundance anger we have to sweeten. Like nowadays we see in the media, so much anger towards Am Yisrael, all around the world. So what's going to fix it? Rov Chochma, abundant Chochma, clarity, light, all from Am Yisrael. That's going to sweeten all the judgment in the world out there, by us bringing this clarity of Torah. Ikul attacking Kilkul, and that's going to, not only that, it's going to fix up the original Kilkul. What was the Kilkul? The Chayavan Marishan, the Nachash, and also the Egel Azav in this Chodesh. Shehevi, yeah, also. That was Shlach. Shehevi Hamisa, and what did the Nachash bring? It brought death to the world. Remember, the whole thing of Chukat Torah is the Parah, is Mataya, and he brings it later on. He brings the Moshul of the mother has to clean up the mess that the son made. What was this? The mother. The mother's the paraduma, and the mess is the egel. Yeah, the egel, the baby made a mess. The egel azav, made a mess, and comes the mummy to bring back and remove the tumas mace that came back to Am Yisrael. Because when at Chabad Torah we had no more tumas mace, we're netzich netzachim, we're eternal.
You heard that a paraduma was born in Israel this week?
Yeah, they're always finding them, but the question is, does it stay? Because we learn later on as well, does it stay shalem? It has to be tamima, which is, he has a whole Torah white tamim. It has to be red. It has to not have it all on it. It means never be used for work. And he explains each one is connected all these meters of tamimus and Hashem, and the whole idea of red is to be mamtik, the kavur of yiras Hashem, like Yitzhak Avinu, to have yira, and then he says the to not do the all, not to have it all on it is the idea of removing like the shibud, removing like the Rav Tzaddick goes on and explains how the paradigm has all these hints to deep concept. But the main bottom line he ends off saying, the main thing is what it's saying here, is to remove this misa, this death that was brought to the world. And it all came from the original sin. Now, this is a very deep thing that we can all be real with ourselves about. We have to take a cheshbon and nefesh. Where does it come from? The nachash, it comes from eating, where you put into yourself taivas, you start to feel your own pleasure of yourself. Yeah? The pleasuring yourself is a chesaron. Marriage is actually about learning to pleasure someone else. Yeah? Being a true servant of Hashem, like doing service. I've been talking about Shmuel Diamond's course a lot. The whole thing is one of the main kudos he got from Stephen Covey is to service other people, not always servicing. Get out of your ego. Chabad, the Bavitcher Rebbe pushed Am Yisrael to get out of the Yeshua, so start to think about other people. What can I contribute? How can I give? How can I service? That is actually a big key. The less you're servicing yourself, more you're servicing others, then you're already part of fixing up the sin of Adam Rishon. Because the chila is bringing into yourself and pleasuring yourself. Hanas atzma. Because what happened to the Nachash? He came on Chava and he put in her this impurity, this pollution. So we all know the famous midrash that Adam was now with this Lamed Taf. We don't want to talk about her, but this feminine demon busy with her for 130 years. He just hints on it here, and the whole of the energy of Mitzrayim and Mitzrayim, and we had to go and be Misak in Mitzrayim. That's one of the reasons we went down there to fix up that whole energy down there. And it says a Gemara who klipas a taiva, and it all came from the external expression of taiva, of desire. Masha achila chava, that what chava ate achakach la'adam kol bahema v'chaya, and then Adam after chava was all the other kind of animals and chayas zehai meklipas akina. So then it was the whole thing of where's Adam going? He's looking elsewhere. So then there came jealousy in the world, and we also know jealousy also came through Cain and Hevel, and we have also in these Parshas of Shlach and Koirach and Chukat. There's also 3 levels of Kina and Kina's Koirach, and Taiva was Shlach, and Lkovod is I think in this week's Parsha, because we're humbling ourselves to the Chukat the Torah. And we all know what happened. There were these 3 levels of Taiva, Lkovod, and Kina, or Kina, Taiva, Lkovod. The Taiva was by the eating. Kina was by the fact that Cain was jealous of his brother Havel and killed him. Yeah. And then Avodah Zorah was by Enosh, the door of Enosh. The way we're going to fix it up is by eating holy, and that's you're going to see later on. I don't think we're going to get there, but the Shabbos, Kedushas, the Shabbos is the ways. All these levels, I was going to say it later on, but what we're going to see again and again is Oneg is Rosh Yeshiva, Aiden, Na, Gan. We're bringing down the Shefa of Ruchnius. We're able to besakin our Chilav on Shabbos, because it becomes Kodesh. He's going to say, let's see. He says here, Tikkun Akilko Nachashu Eidei Chila, L'chein Nikra Chila B'Loshen Chok. Loshen is Chila is Loshen Chok. It's a Chok, it's a decree. Something beyond us. Because it's a fairish pasuk in Mishlei that I will tefeni, my portion would be lechem huki, this kind of lechem that's chuki, that's connected to this concept of chuki. Because Hashem Yisbarach hu hazan mefanes, that Hashem Yisbarach is the one who gives us what we need, our food, our panasa, as a chila hu b'kedusha, but it will be a chila with holiness. Nechokik b'leiva kedusha letakin kilcha nachash, and it will by us bribing and putting into ourselves this kedusha that we were just learning about before, all these levels of kedusha that come every Shabbos, and we have shaykhs to just on that pasuk, for example. By bringing it more into ourselves, then we're able to fix up all the kinds of eatings, and we're fixing up the original sin of the Nachash, the kilkul, the damage that the Nachash brought, the snake Kadmoni brought into the world. There she'amar b'mechilta, it says in Mechilta Parshas B'Shalach, chok v'mishpat, it's actual midrash. Chok zeh Shabbos. Shabbos is a chok. It gives us ability to connect to something beyond. Shabbos as a chila b'kedusha, and then we eat with holiness, with kedusha. Shu mitzvah, all becomes mitzvah on Shabbos. V'ayidei to the Shabbos matkinim gam kein kilkol nachash. And through the Shabbos, we're able to fix up the kilkol nachash. Now we don't have time to go through, and he goes more and more deep about this whole nakuda. But the main, it's very hard, so we can go on forever, but it's coming to the 30-minute mark, and I don't want to go longer. The main thing is realize that just by us keeping Shabbos, by us learning Torah, by us having shaykhs to these levels, by saying to Pazuka Zimmer every day and Shabbos as well, we're attaching ourselves to very high levels. It seems a bit beyond us, but it actually isn't, because we're doing it. We have Shabbos every week. We say Pazuka Zimmer every day. We're part of this truth that we have intrinsic Kedusha. we're Amei Kulam Tzaddikim, we're Tapuk and Kedishin, we're part of this holy place of apples, and we have a sweet fragrance. Am Yisrael are precious to Hashem, to be more and more believe and get our mind into that true reality of Christ. So he goes on to say about Amei Kulam Tzaddikim, that's the true way of viewing Am Yisrael. That we're all holy, we're all connected in, we all have it part of us just by being a Jew and being part of Shabbos, being part of Hashem's world. And He's going to give us the ability, especially now as we're getting close to Mashiach, and that was the whole push of the Rebbe, to get the world ready for Mashiach, where it'll be Yom Shekula Shabbos. And then we won't have any more Yetzirah, any more Nudnik. The Chakika on our hearts will be complete. We'll have the full luchas within each of us. And then it says, I am Hashem, I will dwell amongst you. Shchanti b'socham, I dwell amongst you in your hearts. We'll have the Shekhinah amongst us. It will be amazing. It will be amazing.
Does it speak anywhere about that as you get closer to Mashiach, your Yetzirah gets stronger?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Alas v'shachar, like the darkness gets greater before the dawn. For sure.
Tzaddock.
Oh, yeah, it's so strong right now. And he's telling me I'm a loser. All the opposite of what Rav Tzaddick's saying. But that's why Rav Tzaddick says he brings this, he didn't say this in this Parsha, but he brings it from his Masorah all the way back to the Yiddish Kodesh. He said, as the generation gets more and more impure and crazy, the world around us, the inner reality gets purer and purer. On the neshama level, that's why a lot of the new generation of kids aren't accepting the system. They're not accepting the way the Torah is being learned. They're not accepting the Medina says to Israel. They want the true thing because they're very pure, refined souls coming down before Mashiach comes, and they only want the real thing. They don't want some secondary fake Judaism. They want the real thing, and it will help us understand our kids more. Like my son, they want the real thing. They don't want to fake, put a hat on and pretend you're from. They want the real Jewish stuff.
Like two of the largest anti-Semites, I'm sure you saw this because you're on social media a lot. Yeah. Two of the largest anti-Semites just did full turns.
Oh, they become pro-Jewish now?
Yeah, they said one of them was Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, he's done.
So he basically said, you know what, he started naming all the things. He goes, "You guys are ridiculous. You can't blame everything on the Jews."
Yeah.
He's like, that makes no common sense. Yeah. And you know what? I've been thinking about it. This is what he said. He goes, "I've been thinking about it. If the Jews rule this, if the Jews rule that, if the Jews rule it," he goes, "You know what? I want to join that team." And then another guy who was crazy, like FBI would always come to his house. He was just interviewed by Living Inspired.
Yaakov Langer.
Yeah, he also said he's done.
Yeah, no, there is an awakening, but it's a lot to do with the fact that we need to get that light out there. We need to have that expansion of Chokhmah. What we're learning in this kind of Torah, we need to get that out there. Not that they have the mitzvah to learn it. They don't have the mitzvah to learn. We just learn that. But we do need to get the clarity and light out there in our actions, in our reality, and our awareness that we have to do our role the best, and that will itself awaken the nations to respect us again and not hate us. A lot of the hate comes because we're not really doing our job. We're not tuned into this kind of Torah.
We talked about just how the kids are going off because they're not inspired, because it's not real.
It has to become more real. Yeah.
The non-Jews are also seeing this this non-real Judaism.
Yeah. They want us to be real. They're waiting for us to be real. The more real we are, and it means Shabbos being realizing we're Kedusha Shabbos, every Suda we're having has a Kedusha. It's not just whatever. And so too, like the Lubavitch Rebbe, to go do our mission, to go out there and to bring this light. We have a mission to fix the world. That's what it's telling us, fixing the hate from all of humanity. We're not just learning about it. It's a natural, real thing that we're doing by eating more holy and to elevate what we do. It's a real thing. We affect the whole world, and not just this world, all the worlds, all the Olamas. To realize our power is huge. And it's not that we want to rule the world, it's that Hashem's given us the opportunity to elevate the world and to inspire the world. Amen, but amen.